السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Isku soo noqod wanaagsan. Caawa waxaan ka bilaabeynaa the simple past in form of irregular verbs group 1. So, how are we going to formulate irregular verbs in the simple past? Irregular verbs, when I say, sometimes you cannot add them with ed, sometimes they don't take s. So, in the past, for example, here we have it, which changes to ed. It never took ed and it never took s. Okay, here's the present and here's the past. We have the word come, came. So in the past we never added ed. So here, remember, they are called irregular verbs group 1, and we have to at least summarize this very well in our mind. Then example, let's now construct a sentence using the word come in the simple present and came as the past. I come home every afternoon. Every afternoon. Simple present or present time, we say you always use every afternoon. It's a frequent thing. Then for the past, we say I came home this afternoon. I came home this afternoon. Go. If the present is go, the past becomes went. I go swimming every Tuesday. I go swimming every Tuesday. So the word go is the present time, but for the past I will use the word went. I say I went swimming last Tuesday. If I go swim in the present, every Tuesday I go swimming. Now today is Wednesday. So I want to talk about what I did last Tuesday. So what will I say? I went swimming last Tuesday. Write, wrote. Write is the present, wrote is the past. I write a letter to my grandmother every week. I write a letter to my grandmother every week. So if I write a letter to my grandmother every week, that is the present time. What will I say if today it's not the end of the week and I've already answered, and I wrote a letter to my grandmother last week? So I'll say I wrote a letter to her last week. I wrote a letter to her last week. Okay, let's practice. I have ice cream every Sunday. I have ice cream every Sunday. So if I have ice cream every Sunday, the past becomes what? Have becomes had. I had ice cream last Sunday. I had ice cream last Sunday. Now, this guy comes with a question and he asked the lady. He asked, what did I do last Sunday? If we go back to our sentence, he said, I have ice cream every Sunday. I had ice cream last Sunday. He asked and say, what did I do last Sunday? Then she says, you had ice cream, because it is past time. You had ice cream. She sits at her desk to study every night. She sits at her desk to study every night. She sat at her desk last night. If she sits in the simple present to study in her desk every night, last night she does what? She did what? She sat. Okay, what did she do last night? She sat at her desk. She sat at her desk. She sees her best friend every weekend. She sees her best friend every weekend. She saw her last week. If she sees her best friend every weekend, last week what happened? She saw her friend, or she saw her last weekend. What did she do last weekend? She saw her best friend. She saw her best friend. Okay, now that we have seen the verbs where we added the simple present ed, now we have already seen, or we have also seen, the irregular verbs. Now let us take the simple past in another level, and where we talk about the negative time. I did not walk to school yesterday. I did not walk to school yesterday. So here we have a subject plus did plus not plus the main verb. I, here being now the subject, we add did. Did, do, did, does, all those are called auxiliary verbs, or they are called helping verbs. Then we add not to formulate or to bring out the negative. Then we add the main verb, which is drive. I did not drive to work yesterday. You did not drive to work yesterday. Mike did not cook dinner yesterday. They did not drive to work yesterday. So I, you, he, they. Okay. So I, you, she, he, it, we, they. Text what? Did not plus the main verb. So whenever you have I and you want to construct a sentence using in negative form, I, you add did not plus a main verb. So I did not climb the hill yesterday. You did not cram the pages last week, and so forth and so on. Then I did not watch a movie last night. So did not we have contracted and we made it as didn't. I didn't watch a movie last night. Ade didn't play soccer yesterday. So the negative contraction did plus not gives you didn't. If you want to know more about the contraction, kindly go back to our previous lessons and you will know much about it and how to construct the negative sentences. Now let's practice. We don't eat breakfast every day. We don't eat breakfast every day. So if we don't eat breakfast every day, so it changes to ate. So we ate breakfast Monday, but we dash breakfast Tuesday, but we didn't. We didn't eat breakfast Tuesday. We didn't eat breakfast Tuesday. I don't sleep well every night. I slept well last night, but I dash well on Thursday night. I don't sleep well every night. I slept well last night, but I dash well on Thursday night. But I didn't sleep well on Thursday night. Then let us now add a simple part and say the simple past using yes and no questions. Did Laurie walk to work? Here now, the other one was negative. We used the subject comes before the auxiliary. Here now we use the auxiliary verb first. You say did plus subject plus main verb. Did Laurie walk to school? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Or yes, she walked to school. Or Laurie walked to school. She walked to school. Here you see now walk changes to walked with ed. Did Laurie walk to school? Yes, no. The negative. Yes and no question. So we have been talking about yes and no question. So yes, we have constructed and we say yes, she did. She walked to work. Now here we say, did Laurie walk to school? No, she didn't. She didn't walk to school. She didn't walk to school. So here, whenever you take the word negative in the simple past, we take the verb the way it is. We don't add ed. Did you practice the violin? Did you practice the violin? Yes, I did. I practiced the violin. I practiced the violin. Now remember, here practiced, we added ed, but when we say here no, let us see. Did you practice the violin? No, I didn't practice the violin. So whenever you are using negative, the verb doesn't take ed. Now let's practice for the last moment. Did you see your dad today? Yes, I did. I saw him, or I saw my dad today. I saw my dad today. Here we have the question, which is not given, but we have the answer. Yes, I did saw my brother today. Did you see your brother today? Yes, I did saw my brother today. What dash? We went to a party last night. What did you do last night? We went to a party. We went to a party last night. Yes, she did. Andrea went to vacation. Did Andrea go on vacation? Yes, she did. Andrea went on vacation. So, before we go to the irregular verbs group 2, I wish you all the best. If you have enjoyed the lesson, kindly subscribe to the channel as we move on. Have a nice time. Thank you.